So Suho goes into his own shadow realm to do the daily quest, and everybody's blown because they've been killing monsters all day. But in his own realm, there's this giant red gate. It's just emitting this immense heat. Abiru had no clue that gates could form inside his own realm. He's got a new urgent quest titled the Dimensional Crack. As soon as he sees that shit, he gives us a smirk. Alright guys, take these robes. I was trying to go on some more raids anyway, so let's get active. But inside the gate they're going, it's like a desert, but there's already a team of hunters inside. There seems to be a conflict between this guild and somebody else who's telling them to leave. He's like, I don't care who was here first. This dungeon belongs to my guild from now on. If you keep antagonizing me, it's gonna be war. He's just like, damn bro, who's trying to do all that? As bro says, everything is meaningless in front of overwhelming strength. We see he's an A rank hunter of the Scavenger Guild, while this guy's a B rank hunter from the Asura Guild. Hey, they getting ready to box. So bro's like, alright, let's go. Then somebody raises their hand like, hey. So both of them turn to look. And Suho asking, where the hell are we? I really like how they looked coming out the gate. Like, this shit was cool. It cuts back to before they met up with those other guilds. Biru could just feel a strong magical power coming from this pyramid, but he could also tell that there were some things that didn't belong. So they start pulling up on him. Suho's confused because he thought machines didn't work in dungeons. She's like, don't tell me, this place might not be a dungeon, but rather a gate that has crossed some sort of world boundary. Biru's like, hold up, that shouldn't be possible. But even so, as long as the previous gate remains in the shadow dungeon, then there won't be a problem. So he pulls out his key to go see, make sure that the gate is still in his shadow realm, and nah. He comes back like, yeah, that shit's gone. It cuts over to these other people who are in the real world watching the dungeon close. They're confused because the person they saw go in hasn't come back out yet. They're about to call the Hunter Association. But then it cuts back to everybody meeting up at the pyramid. Bro, I love this shadow shiesty mask. Like, this shit is hard. He's just sizing everybody up, trying to figure out where everyone's from because he heard them speak English. And he learned some English in college, so he asks, where am I? They're just sizing him up too, like another hunter. Are the Asians after the rights to this dungeon too? And he's like, damn, this is a pain in the ass. I didn't know there'd be so many bugs here. Then he remembers something he was told by somebody that looks an awful lot like Thomas about an old woman's prophecy. The being that's born of death who broke the seal, the one who possesses the power to raise the dead, will appear in the grave. Right after she gave me this prophecy, that field-type pyramid Egypt dungeon appeared. Get it? Like Egypt's grave, pyramid, and death. This fits the prophecy to a T. All he cares about is going on the raid and how he should handle the other guilds that are trying to take the dungeon. He's like, bro, why do you bother asking? Use the way of the scavenger to deal with them. So he starts talking to bro like, if you're after this dungeon, this is your last warning. If you agree to leave, then I'll let you go. He's just thinking to himself like, well, that's kind of aggressive, but what if I refuse? Well then bro, it's simple. As he grabs his sword, we'll just have to kill you. And he goes to rock him with his hammer. Nobody just expected him to attack. He makes a big ass impact with his hammer. Suho dodged that shit like, hey, just remember, you started this. Glasses him right in his shit. He's still not really letting his punches go because he doesn't want to kill them. Bro looks like that hurt him more than the punch, as he counters and rocks Jinwoo in his shit and sends him crashing into this wall. How dare you go easy on me? Bro, kill these niggas. And Isel and Gray jump in. Well, there really was no way to get out of a fight. Abiru's checking on him, making sure he's alright, as he's just watching all these hunters fight amongst each other. And I probably gotta fight too, just for the sake of this raid. The guy who just tried to kill me is definitely my enemy. He blitzes real quick and zigzags along the walls before crashing down on one of their members. He kicks the shit out of this dude. Like, deadass, just look at the form. He eats it like, oh, that's surprising. I can't believe you actually going up against our guild. He's just surprised at the way he ate that kick. Damn, how tough are they? He's thinking about using his ruler's authority the same way he did to crush that giant bug. He's still worried about using too much power and killing them. Before he follows through with this punch, a hunter from the Asura Guild jumps in and kills bro for him. That was a really swift way to go out. Suho thanks him, but he says, bro, I seen your skills, but I've been seeing you hesitate. Like, are you scared of killing a person? Look, monsters aren't the only thing we gotta be worried about. You gotta have the resolve to defend yourself against dangerous humans like unofficial hunters. He's just thinking like, damn, resolve? I thought fighting with my life on the line would be enough. There was no need to kill a person, even when I fought the Hyena Guild. I could hold myself back because of the strength difference. I'm not always gonna have the upper hand. There's gonna be a situation where if you don't kill somebody, then they may kill you or somebody precious to you. These situations are going to keep arising. I forgot I have to throw away the feelings I had before the Great Cataclysm. And only then will I be able to defeat Li Min-sung. Now he introduces himself as Lu Jing. He asks to form an alliance, but as he's talking, bro's coming in from the back. and goes to just knock his head off his shoulders. Then Suho speeds past him and just rocks Buddy dead in the face, sending him flying back and bouncing on the ground as he tells himself, I won't hesitate anymore. Well, he really knocked all the teeth out of his mouth. His body slides over to his boss, and he's just looking like, damn, he beat a B-rank tanker half to death with one punch. He smiles like, okay, let's box. And of course, they form their alliance. The two guilds are still just boxing. It's looking like the Scavenger Guild has Suho's alliance outmanned. But then Suho says, awaken, I'm pretty sure the word is arise. This is wrong. This is cap. He pulls out the giant spider he killed earlier, along with pretty much everything else he's killed so far. Bro is looking like, damn, you can summon all that. It starts roaring at the Scavenger Guild for him. Then the A-rank leader pulls out his hammer and makes sure to get his footing before just batting 1,000 on the spider's face. He's talking to Suho like, you've been hiding a lot. Biru's watching like, damn, the spider might have been weaker than its original form, but to take it out with one hit, he's definitely the strongest guy in here. He's about to do the bonding skill with Gray, but then Isol calls for him. Please, just a moment, young monarch. We possibly try using our bond skill, you know? He did learn a way to increase the charge rate. He's like, I don't know, man. I've never used it before in combat. Gray's like, back off, yo. Let me bond with bro. Oh, damn. My chance to be of use to the young monarch has passed. As she's moping, something explodes behind her. It's just a whole bunch of undead monsters coming out the tombs. Now everybody that was fighting each other is fighting the monsters too. The scavenger leader is chilling like, I think I understand the prophecy. Being who's born of death, who broke the seal, the one who possesses the power to raise the dead will appear in the grave. Who else could this be but Suho? He's just slowly piecing it all together. He's just thinking about taking the dungeon as Thomas ordered. He says it would be much more beneficial to get the power to raise the dead and bring it back to Thomas. And he doesn't want to back out the fight at this point. He's watching Suho just whoop ass. He's still just thinking hard on what he should do, as everybody's still just taking apart the monsters. He yells for his attack force to just follow him and ignore everybody else. So the other guild leader is trying to stop them from heading down further into the dungeon, but there's a whole bunch of monsters between his gang and them. He's like, damn, they're gonna get the rewards before us. But then Suho calls on Gray, and it's morphing time. So now he just starts blitzing around and tearing apart the monsters as he goes. Can you feel the aura? I can feel the aura. Let's quickly finish up here and chase after them. Bro is just shook like, what the hell? Not only can you summon them, you can merge with them too? And she's just sad she didn't get her turn. Then it cuts to deeper in the dungeon, and a zombie is getting its head crushed by the scavenger guild. They made it to the basement, are now face to face with what looks like the boss room. They open it up and go inside, see a monster that looks chained up. Well, they wondering if it's sleeping or something. The leader is just thinking about the prophecy, saying the being that's born of death would appear after breaking the seal. Well, the monster starts talking, but they can't understand it. Just simply can't communicate because of the monster language barrier. Since they don't respond, he just pauses for a second and keeps talking as he's like thrashing in his chain, trying to break his way out. He screams for them to get ready to box. He rips the chains free of the wall and starts slinging them around, just chopping up the attack force Yo brought with him. I'm really not even sure if that was an attack, as he literally just threw the chains off of him before he started walking towards him. Now he's just shitting his pants because his tanks got taken out like this. Then it walks up to him and raises its arms up out to the side. He's like, bro, is he giving me a free hit? Alright, yo, everybody pissing me off today. He activates his skill, Giant's Armor, and puts literally everything into hitting his rib cage with this hammer. The monster just stands there, which just straight diarrhea at this point. Like, bro, he didn't even move. Then he says something to him, but again, he can't understand. In his mind, he says, I'm sorry, master. I should have waited for you, as he cocks his fist back and just punches bro out of existence. Correction, not out of existence, but up into the ceiling. And he's like, I only played with him a little bit, but I broke the first human that found me. Whatever, it's fine. It seems like there are still a few more people here. And again, it shows a zombie getting kicked in the face and another immaculate pose from Suho. He's annoyed because there's no end to them. And then he can't even use his shadow extraction because the souls are too old. So it's just way more restrictions on this power than he thought. Then the whole ground he's standing on starts collapsing. It doesn't look like any of the fights matter at this point. The giant centipede makes its return to the big stage. Come on, bro, we already got enough going on. It goes to chomp them, so they gotta jump in the air. And Isol flips up with her spear and tries to come down and stab it, but it just scrapes alongside it because it's just way too tough. The B rank from the Asura guild is saying they should retreat. Suho's like, yeah, that's a bet. This shit is getting crazy. He's thinking about the quest being to resolve the dimensional crack. I don't even think the scavenger guild would let me clear this quest. But is it really okay to back out of this? Then a large footstep hits the ground. It gets everybody's attention. The monster's clawing its way up from the basement. And bro's scared because that's the same direction the scavenger guild just went. Suho's over here shaking like maybe it's my sense stat, but I can feel it. That monster with the red name is a calamity unlike any other. It's called the Prisoner of the Tomb, Amut. And the first thing he says is disappear. Like this aura comes over all the zombies and they start retreating along with the centipede as well. Like all the monsters just start running away. Isol's trying to figure out what's going on and the big dog lands right in front of her. Of course he's shitting like, oh no. The monster's surprised that she can understand him. She explains that she's technically a monster too, like she's a demon. He laughs like, every day all I see are the dead that lack intelligence. And bugs just strewn about in the desert. Now how long has it been since I faced somebody I could speak to? She's thinking like, he seems friendlier than I thought. The centipede actually didn't retreat, it was just hiding in the cut. The monster just saves her and knocks it away in one blow, just destroying it into pieces. Which of course scares the shit out of her.